Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Alton. Of course, one of the things we're going to be going over is this little item right here, which is your center screen, which a lot of people like to refer to as an iPad based into the dashboard. One of the things I love that Volvo will do is actually integrate it into the dashboard so they don't have like this little iPad, little gadget sitting on your dash. We're going to jump in, we're going to go over that. So what I'm being asked about now is the heads-up display, how to properly adjust it so you can actually get it in vision. So we're going to jump inside, go over that. I'm going to show you how to adjust it, how to put it in your right vision line as you're driving forward. So for a momentarily break in the coverage, this is the 2020 Volvo XC60. I always love to give you a glimpse of what we're going to be using as our display and what we're going to be going over. So let's jump inside. So here's a look at the interior dash of the Volvo XC60 we're going to be demonstrating today. And of course, I always love to give you a shot of everything so you know exactly the environment we're going to be in when we start to control these items. So if you look straight ahead, which you can't see anything there because I'm using my camera, but if I'm looking visually, I can see it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, take you forward. So if you continue to look, now see the little flicker right here? That is what is deemed as heads-up display. With heads-up display, that is showing your current digital mileage, which is 0, and then of course a speed limit sign, which the current speed limit on the street in front of us is 45. Now, the silver Volvo directly in front of you, look down at the very base of it, the very base of the front grille, the front bumper, you can see the flicker there. That's heads-up display. I'm going to show you how to control that. So what we're going to be using is the buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. We're also going to be using the center screen. The question is, how do I fully adjust it? So one of the things we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to adjust and how to eliminate it if it starts to irritate you. Maybe at night if it's too bright or whatsoever. And I'll also show you how to brighten and dim it. So first of all, we're going to come here. We're going to swipe from left to right. Once you swipe from left to right, head-up display adjustments, that's exactly where we're going to go to fully adjust it. Now, if you want to disengage or turn it off, you can simply tap here. Notice how the LED is showing in green there? If you tap once, now the light's out. That simply means your heads-up display is off. So when you look out front of you from your driver's seat, now notice that information's gone, the speed limit, the digital miles, there's no flicker there, and I'm just going to move my camera around just so you know I'm not hiding it anywhere, maybe from a different angle. I'm going to come back to my center screen. I'm going to turn it back on. And from there, right up under the dot, which keep in mind, this just has a cover on it because it's brand new. I'm going to come and I'm going to tap head-up display adjustments. Now, it just went to the very top there. Head-up display adjustments, tap there once. Once I tap, going to zoom back out. Now notice, when I tap, it goes off of my center display information here. So I'm going to tap one more time. And what shows up? The buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. Now, you can't press or tap or use the display screen there by touch, so we're not going to worry about that. That's just a display showing us at the very bottom how to control and adjust it. Now I'm going to take you back up. There's your heads-up display. What that is actually showing me now is the brightness of the unit, so I can actually brighten or dim it. So what I'm going to do is come back to my buttons here on the steering wheel, and if I tap left or right, I'm going to be using the left and right arrows, not the up and down. Now, the center button is just for select, so when you get everything exactly where you want it, you can press the center button to fully select. Brightness, not going to do anything there. It starts off in the middle unless someone goes in and adjusts it, but the default is medium brightness. So I don't have to worry about pressing anything left and right for the brightness. Second thing I'm going to do is, using the same buttons on the right side of the wheel, I'm going to tap up. Now when I tap up, as you can see from the instructions, This is directly behind the steering wheel. And the instructions simply say the up and down buttons are going to be used for your height. The left or right buttons are going to be used for your brightness. So as I go back up, I'm going to tap the up arrow. Now notice it is moving up. If I tap the down arrow, it is moving down. So all I'm doing is adjusting the height here. Perhaps you're 5'2" and beautiful. Of course, you can adjust it up as high as it can go. If you're 7 foot, and of course has a hard time shopping for clothing, you can adjust it all the way to the very bottom, because you're going to be sitting with a little bit less headroom, because you're much taller than a person that's 5'2". So what I'm going to do is get it back within my vision here, and all that I'm doing is pressing the up and down arrows. I'm going to go back to my center screen, bring up my adjustments. It shows me behind the steering wheel. Go back to my arrows, which are here. I'm going to press the up arrow, take you back up to the display, and you can see it coming into view there. And of course, if you can't see this, it's flickering. It's directly in front of you, directly in front of the silver SUV parked in front of us. So if I bring it back into view, brightness left to right, height of vision is going to be up and down. So I'm going to get it directly into view here, which is there. Then I'm going to come back down. I'm going to press my center button. When you press the center button, that locks in your adjustments, and you can see it right where I want it. Now from there, here's an additional information that you may be able to use as well. I'm going to take my center screen, hit the reset button. Once I hit the reset button, I'm going to have my 2 bars at the very top. You can tap or you can pull down. I'm going to go over to settings. Once I go to settings, from there I will go to communications. Correction. Going to go back. Settings. 2 bars, pull them down or tap. Brings up this menu. Then settings. My car, displays, heads up display. Now, you want to make sure all the boxes are actually checked, all 4 boxes. And simply what that means is, in the heads up display of the information that's shown, it's going to show navigational directions when you have a navigation destination set. It's going to show your road sign information, which is simply your speed limit. It can also show if you're in a school zone or other road signs that the vehicle reads. Driver support information, as far as turning right and left, and any emergency stops. So when you have to do the automatic braking, or if you're following a vehicle too close, it will send you alerts, visual alerts there as well, and phone information. So your caller ID information will come up there as well. So take time to fully enjoy your heads-up display. It's just additional information that will be shown as a reflection from the dash into your windshield out in front of you. Your digital speed, everybody needs to know how fast they're going. Speed limit, it's right in front of you as well. Now keep in mind, all this stuff is going to be right here. Do you need a heads-up display? No. It's just for the person that wants to keep their full attention out in front of it.